Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources and we try to unearth the truths within them. Today, we're looking at something really personal. It's a story you've brought us called The Silent Departure, a story of unraveling and reinvention. It feels heavy, even from the title.
It really does. And this isn't just, a story about what happened. It's much more intimate. It's about that exact moment everything changed for someone. We're talking about those subtle signs, the ones you often miss when a relationship is, fading. And then the very deliberate, quiet ways someone might reclaim themselves.
Yeah, reclamation. It mentions the weight of silence, a planned betrayal, and then finding a path to liberation, but maybe not in the way you'd expect.
Exactly. There's a real sense of quietness to it all, a somber feeling, like looking back on something inevitable. We'll explore the silence, the planning, and this unexpected journey towards peace.
So our mission, then, is to gently unpack this. We'll focus on the narrator's viewpoint, Ellis, as he navigates loss, revelation, and eventually a kind of quiet settling. It's less about fireworks and fights, more about this deep, almost whispered realization that life is fundamentally changing.
A reshaping.
Okay, so it starts with Rowena, his partner, coming home, and the scene is just stark. It's chillingly empty. Not messy, but curated in its absence. No shoes where they always are, her keys echoing when she puts them down, that kind of emptiness.
Yeah, amplifying the void. The text says the apartment feels like the walls had exhaled. It's such a powerful image.
It really is. And what strikes me, and maybe you too, is how specific the missing things are.
Absolutely. It's not just tidied up. It's systematically emptied. The couch is gone. The rug. Even like a personal photo off the fridge.
Right.
It feels almost surgical, like a deliberate removal, leaving behind this profound, unsettling quiet. It speaks volumes about finality, doesn't it?
Yeah.
More than shouting ever could. It's erasure.
And to understand that finality, the story jumps back 5 hours. We see Ellis kissing Rowena goodbye. She's off to a late meeting, but she's wearing heels she never wears for meetings, and he notices. He's already watching, planning. While she's out, he's in the bedroom, folding clothes. The text says, like a ghost preparing for departure, no anger, no yelling, just quiet, intentional movements.
Clean, hushed.
He even takes the plants, remembering she didn't like watering them. What does that tell you? It's methodical calm.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because it's not impulsive. It's not a heat-of-the-moment thing. It feels cold almost, rational, like this realization that has been building for a long, long time. He's moved past raw emotion into strategy.
He's responding to the silence.
Exactly. The silence that had been, as the note says, screaming at him, and that note he leaves on her pillow. Wow. Don't worry, I'm not mad, just finally listening.
Devastating. It carries years of unspoken stuff in just a few words.
It's him claiming his truth, finally, but quietly.
And while Rowena's dealing with that silence, her phone buzzes. A message from Russell. Tonight was amazing. You're glowing. Talk about a clash.
Right, a vibrant betrayal against this almost mournful planned departure. It's a collision.
So how does Rowena react when she finds the empty place, the note? No drama?
No, not really. No shattering glass or collapsing. Instead, she does something calculated. She searches for one specific thing.
Which is?
His toothbrush. She walks calmly into the bathroom, opens the cabinet, looking for that one small item.
The toothbrush? Why the toothbrush?
The narrator explains it survived like 3 apartments, arguments about fluoride, a really lean year. It was this mundane constant.
A silent witness?
Kind of. And for Rowena, its absence is the final proof. If it was gone, I was gone. It's this tiny, ordinary thing that holds all the weight. Its absence is heartbreakingly final.
It shows how these small, shared things become anchors, doesn't it? More than grand gestures sometimes. Losing them tears away the fabric of daily life.
It really does. And Rowena, despite her own plans maybe, she never really thought he'd leave. She saw him as the one who clings, who apologizes even when she forgets things.
He admits he was that guy, but he says, even steel bends with enough pressure, that slow wearing down.
And the moment it bent, the turning point for him, wasn't some big fight. It was small.
Yeah.
Insignificant almost.
Oh, was it?
They were on the couch. He suggests watching a Prime documentary she'd mentioned wanting to see. Her reply, just watch it without me.
Ooh.
Yeah. He says that was it. That was the moment I realized I had become a background character in my own life.
Wow. A quiet dismissal that just cuts deeper than yelling sometimes. It's a lack of regard.
Totally. A quiet, uninviting. From that point, he starts really noticing things. How her smile was only for her phone, how she'd pick at her food during meals.
Bringing her laptop to bed, turning away when the screen dimmed.
All those subtle signs. Living with someone who's already checked out emotionally, just waiting for the paperwork to catch up, as he puts it.
It's the cumulative effect, isn't it? Not one big thing, but the slow drip, drip, drip of disengagement.
Exactly. Emotional neglect isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's just turning away, this slow vanishing act. And his response wasn't confrontation. It was observation, planning, action.
And the curated apartment, he didn't just leave it empty. He left specific things.
Right. The vase she hated.
Right.
The garlic press she thought was useless. That coffee table she said looked cheap.
He says it wasn't pettiness. It was giving her exactly what she wanted, a life without me, but on her terms. Leaving behind the things she disliked, the things that defined her version of their life.
But her terms, as it turns out, were built on, well, shaky ground. Lies, really. Which leads to this next part. The discovery.
The tablet.
Yeah. He didn't look for it. It was just there, glowing on the nightstand, unlocked, because, we still trusted each other, or thought they did. That accidental reveal.
He describes hoping to find nothing, but also knowing he wouldn't like what he saw. That feeling.
And he finds the Slack messages. A private chain with R. Hartman offline.
Russell.
Yep. Starts professional, then shifts. Compliments, jokes, flirting, then photos. Nothing explicit, he says, but somehow worse. Her hand on Russell's chest, clinking wine glasses late at night.
That slow slide into betrayal.
Yeah. But the line that really guts him is Rowena's message to Russell. No one understands me the way you do. Sometimes I wish we'd met before I got married. He's a good guy, but he's not you.
Oh, man, he's a good guy, but that's brutal. Polite annihilation, you called it.
Pretty much. Especially for someone who saw himself as loyal, accommodating, like an aging golden retriever, he says. That line just pulls the plug emotionally.
He feels drained, numb, but he keeps reading and finds something even more calculated.
Yeah. The hidden folder. Drafts personal. And inside, a file. If I ever leave him.
A strategy deck.
Literally. A cold, cruel blueprint. Cell narrative. I was emotionally neglected for years. Play up therapist card. Mentioned marriage counseling that he refused. Not true. It reads like a business plan. It is. Practical points too. Wait for salary bump before final decision. Close to the holidays equals more sympathy. Don't underestimate his emotional dependence. He'll collapse if pushed gently.
So, the affair wasn't the start. She was planning this exit long before Russell came along.
Seems like it. It shifts the whole thing from infidelity to premeditated emotional destruction. It's deeply disturbing.
But then there's a twist, right? Something on his own drive.
Yeah, incredible irony. He finds an old file, a letter never sent. From Rowena to him 3 years earlier, raw, vulnerable, saying, sometimes I feel like I'm vanishing next to you.
Wow. So there was a different Rowena once. Or a different perception.
Maybe. He feels this punch to the chest, sees this flicker of who she might have been, but concludes it's too late. The sadness there.
Yeah.
Palpable.
What a contrast. The vulnerable letter versus the cold strategy deck.
It's heartbreaking. Shows how much can change or how much can stay hidden. So he leaves the tablet, leaves the letter, but he has one last thing.
The sunflower mug.
Her chipped sunflower mug. Her one constant. And inside, a folded note. You'll think this is about Russell, but it never was.
Powerful. He didn't want revenge, you said. He wanted confusion.
Yeah. Silence that felt like pressure. He wanted her to see Russell wasn't the cause, just a symptom. A bandage, he calls it, on years of decay. It's about forcing her to face the real, longer history.
Quiet justice, delivered through reality.
So he leaves. Takes his name off the lease, pays an extra month's rent as a farewell gift, leaves the dog with his sister. Quietly dismantles their shared life.
But then he makes an unexpected stop.
Rowena's mother. A somber visit. And her mother says something devastatingly insightful. You were never the problem, Ellis. She just didn't know what she had.
Wow. That must have shifted things for him.
Big time. He says it moved his grief from mourning the relationship to mourning. The years I gave someone who was already building an exit strategy. Grief for lost time, for trust betrayed so deeply.
Meanwhile, Rowena's frantic, sending messages. Are you home? What did you do? She's completely unprepared for his agency.
Right. No script for this. Her plan didn't account for him having his own, executed so decisively.
And then another layer unfolds. A message from Jack.
Rowena's ex. Short, surgical. Ellis, I know you left. I need to talk to you. It's about Rowena. She did it to me too.
No way! The same pattern.
Exactly the same, according to Jack. The slow distancing, the gaslighting, even hidden folders with drafted breakups, making him the villain, using weaponized kindness. He shows this isn't isolated, it's a deeply ingrained pattern. Chilling.
And Jack mentions Rowena reaching out later.
Yeah, anonymously on Instagram, asking about his recovery from toxic relationships. Circling back, Jack's take. She feeds off the idea that she was someone's unforgettable wound.
That's a horrifying thought, needing to inflict and revisit pain.
It solidifies Ellis's decision not to be that for her, not to be controlled or forgotten on her terms.
So he makes a move, a counter move.
A strategic one. An email to their mutual friends. Subject. Let's not pretend. Not a rant, he stresses, just facts.
What did he include?
3 screenshots. The "if I ever leave him" strategy doc. The Slack messages with Russell. And the message from Rowena's own mother.
Wow.
And the key line in the email. This message has already been shared with our mutuals with no edits, no commentary, just facts. Boom!
He takes away her narrative, her greatest weapon.
Exactly. Leaves her exposed, caught in the machinery of her own plan. Not the victim, but the perpetrator.
And her response. An Instagram story.
Yep. Black screen, white text. I always tried to do the right thing, even when it broke me. Ella sees it as like a desperate late move in a game she's already lost control of. A performance for an audience that now knows the script.
So fast forward, 6 weeks later, a grocery store.
An ordinary place. He hears her voice, Ellis, and his reaction is quiet.
No anger, no tightness in his chest.
Nothing, just recognition. He notices she looks smaller, her confidence seems cracked. The truth being out there had an impact.
And the interaction.
Simple. Hope you're doing well, he says softly. And that was it. Total detachment.
He feels light, he says, and realizes, what was it? You feel absolutely nothing where pain used to live.
That's the real liberation, isn't it? Not freedom from her, but freedom from the pain she represented, the narrative she imposed.
So where is he now?
Staying with his sister? Running again? Taking a pottery class? Something that doesn't break, he notes. Symbolically potent.
He doesn't care what story Rowena tells anymore.
Nope. Because the only version that matters is the one I'm living now, and it finally feels like mine. A quiet reclamation. Built on honesty, quiet strength.
This whole deep dive, it really shows how silence can be a weapon used against someone, but also how it can become a shield, a space for quiet liberation.
Absolutely. His journey wasn't about shouting from the rooftops. It was internal. Freeing himself from a story that tried to make him small.
It's such a powerful reminder, I think, that sometimes the biggest acts of self-preservation, the biggest shifts happen quietly, not with a bang, but almost a whisper. Makes you think, doesn't it? What stories are we telling ourselves? What truths might we be avoiding?
It really does. It pushes you to reflect on your own life.
Right.
Are you observing? Are you recognizing the subtle shifts? Do you know when it might be time to curate your own exit? Quietly, perhaps, from things that no longer serve who you really are. What hidden narratives might be shaping your reality without you even realizing it.
So as you listen, what stands out to you from this? Maybe it's a small detail, a quiet moment, an act of strength you didn't expect. How does the story of silent departure and the truths it uncovered resonate with your own thoughts on relationships, on truth, and on finding your own narrative? Something to consider.